Also know that the death metal stuff, and I don't want to blow your own horn or anything like that.
No,
but
I can do that just fine.
Yeah.
He loves
Rosco
blowing his
can.
own horn.
Oh, God.
I try.
We said we were going to
Thanks,
cut down on that type of humour.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Humour? What do you mean?
What? Oh, no, it
You
wasn't
weren't
funny.
serious? Oh, okay.
No. Welcome to That BJ Show, episode 3. The show that's like, whose line is it anyway? The points are there, we just talk shit, but the points actually don't matter, just like the show. Because
Nothing really matters.
nothing really... Oh, we're not going to sing, that's not going to work. No.
Anyway, I'm Ben.
I'm Jay.
And you know what? This guy needs no introduction because technically he was with us last week.
He was.
He was just off the camera. Offshow Rosco.
Offshow
ladies and
Rosco.
gentlemen.
Woo.
The man, the myth, the legend.
I'm here.
The guy that apparently goes into video stores and there's a curtained off section with special doors to get to the adult section.
Ladies and gentlemen, Offshow Rosco.
Offshow Rosco.
Thanks,
This is
guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, 100%. No, oh, man. Oh, I'm pumped to be here this week, boys. Not going to lie. I was actually talking to you, Benny, this week. I'm like, man, I'm so keen to get into episode 3.
Yeah.
For anyone listening and watching, I should say, it probably does sound a little bit different because we're in a different room. And if you're watching, you would know that we're in a different room.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty fun.
Sitting on different chairs.
Sitting in different chairs. We don't have that stain anymore.
No, the stain's not there, but the night is early.
Yes, it could still happen. You never
Could
know.
happen.
You never know.
But how does it feel? How's it feel, Roscoe? First guest in the new room.
Mate, it feels really good,
Yeah.
to be honest. I walked in and Jaden is really excited, mate.
Super excited.
He's pumped. So, mate,
Not the sort of pump that you're thinking of, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
No, I'm
But
joking.
yeah, no, I mean, it's good. I come in, I'm like, mate, you're moving forward. So
Yeah. At least it's not a step backwards.
that's right.
The
We don't-
content might be a downgrade, but
Yeah.
the location and the setting is an upgrade.
I did say
Yeah.
that. The content's not going to be as
Yeah.
great. So look, but you are moving forward. So
Yeah, and you're lucky that you are on comfy couches, although you probably wanted to be on that other comfy couch.
I don't mind. The carpet here, it's nice. Roscoe's barefoot, so he's really getting in tune.
Yeah.
with
I'm
the-
really comfortable.
He's
Yeah.
super.
I couldn't-
You look comfortable.
I'm pretty sure he's in his pajamas right now too. So
I just got picked up from the Herbert, apparently. So,
Oh, that's so funny.
that was an off comment.
Yeah, off-camera comment.
Off camera comment.
And I mean, hey, I'll take that one. That's a compliment.
I can smell the alcohol on you already. Yeah.
No, we like to take care of you because we did take you from there. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Thank you.
no,
Thank
that's
you.
so funny. Well, speaking of anyway, talk about what are those things called when you transition from one thing to another?
Segues.
Segues. That's
Segues.
correct.
Segways.
We are really good at segues, apparently, because we got so many comments saying how good we were for saying we digress so many times. So much to the point where people told me several times from various different people that we should call the episode We Digress. And I think
this particular episode, we digress.
the first episode,
Ooh, we can go back and change that.
we probably could.
Possibly could.
Actually, I know we can because we do all the admin and we do
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So
That might be an indication of how much shit we can talk if we're constantly going off on different tangents.
exactly.
That's a skill to have, though. I don't think many people have that skill, just to be able to constantly talk shit.
No, that's right.
I know a lot of people.
We're so good at
Yeah.
it.
Australian Parliament is one of... No, I mean, we won't go there.
No, we won't
just
go
yet.
there. No,
Yeah.
we won't go there. But
Yeah.
I did want to quickly note on that as well because we did have a lot of community feedback in the last couple of weeks, and we are going to be moving. We're going to be moving shit forward in a different way. We're taking it on board. I did want to note to everyone giving feedback that we are thankful for every bit of feedback. Also wanted to clarify that this is our podcast. And we do accept every feedback and we will listen to everyone because we respect everyone's opinions. But just please note that everyone is different and everyone listens to things differently and everyone has different opinions and everything. That's the whole point of the podcast is that we do have all different opinions.
That's life.
So
That's a good metaphor for life.
it is a good
Yeah.
metaphor for life.
Mhm.
That's right. So if you are listening to the podcast and you give us feedback, we would still encourage you to always give feedback. I would just note that this is our podcast. So if you don't
Don't like it.
if we don't we will always listen to your feedback. But if we don't put your feedback in place, then just please don't get upset. That's all I ask. Yeah. Just as a little community reminder.
Yeah. It doesn't mean we don't care.
It probably means that we care more, actually. Think about it. Well, think about it like this. You know...
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, okay.
I want to hear this.
That threw a curveball at me too. Okay.
Yeah, good.
I'm
okay.
curious.
So you know, if you have a really shitty time in your life, right? So say, for example, let's go really serious, actually. So, for example, I am divorced.
Mm-hmm.
I was married, and I had a lot of people giving me advice. A lot of people giving me advice when I was going through that stages of separation.
Yeah.
If I listened to every single person who was giving me advice and I took every single opinion of what I should do as I should do it, imagine the more mess I would have made if I was to listen to absolutely everyone, because everyone's opinion is so far different.
Yeah.
It's hard to take every single opinion in and apply every single bit to your life, because every opinion can be so far from each other.
Yeah, sure.
So you've ultimately got to listen to every bit of feedback that you get, an opinion, and you got to take that in, and you got to figure out what is actually going to apply to your life with it. So that's a little bit deeper, I know, but
no, it suits. Like it's real. You know what I mean?
100%, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
you hear a lot of those success stories about various entrepreneurs and whatnot, and all the failures they had before they basically made it big and turned into millionaires or billionaires or whoever sort of the case is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was like might have been like Steve Jobs or one of those guys that presented 20, 30, 40 years ago, presented like hardware systems to a company, and they're like, you're a joke, nothing's going to work, and look at him now. And it was that the Beatles as well, I'm pretty sure. Sure like early Beatles demos, record radio stations were like, you guys aren't going to make it at all. Like, I'm not signing this. And
same.
arguably one of the biggest British bands of all time.
Same as Queen.
Yeah.
They told Queen that they couldn't have Bohemian Rhapsody on the radio because it wasn't a radio song. It didn't meet the requirements for, and they said it would never go off.
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody is probably one of the biggest Queen songs, definitely. But even in that genre of music, definitely one of the biggest ones. Yeah. So it goes to show that you can't always.
Now I've got it in my head.
Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody.
I got the Wayne's World seat in my head now. Head banging in the car.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. That's another movie I have not seen. So
good movie. You haven't seen it. I can't believe that.
I know.
Mate, first RoboCop.
I know.
Now Wayne's
I'm letting
World.
you down, man. I'm letting you down.
Next it'll be Rocky and Rambo you haven't seen, or
I'm just
Jesus Christ.
You are looking at me with all of the things.
I need a new co-host.
This is why he's strange.
100% that's why I'm strange, man, because we're different. And that's the whole point of the podcast.
I won't hold that against you. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Good. You should be.
But anyway, we digress.
Oh, don't start saying that again. Don't say that again.
I 100% agree with what you were saying.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah.
What were we talking about, though?
Well, we were talking about community feedback.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
But we do actually want to jump straight into the main discussion for today. Is there anything more that you wanted to talk about the community feedback, though? Is there anything else?
No, it was great. Like, so many people have said, like, oh, get me on that podcast sort of thing, which we're more than happy to. You just got to reach out and let us know. Like, I think like one person said, oh, I'd love to come on there, but I'm not important enough.
No.
But
that's bullshit.
Yeah. Like everyone has a story, and it's probably those people that are a bit more reserved that have some deeper meaning to their lives that
100%.
I'd love to hear sort of thing.
100%.
It's like that old saying, like that quiet person in the room should be the one you're scared of the most, or I like that.
Yeah,
it's like they're hiding a lot, or they're guarding a lot, or they, in some cases, feel like there's just so much emotional and spiritual energy in them that they don't feel like they can talk on that level to other people because other people are a bit too simple. Maybe for them.
Yeah.
But some of those people that I know that are just super quiet, I've had the best conversations with.
Yeah, 100%.
Once they feel comfortable enough to open up. So
100%.
if talking and just random shit's like your thing, don't ever think like you're not going to be interesting enough.
Yeah.
But that was the one thing most of them said, like, oh, I'm just a boring old person.
No,
Like-
you're never too boring. And the other thing too is we want to make people feel, and this is just listeners as well. Not just listeners, but people who do come on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
Everyone should feel heard. And that's
definitely.
literally the whole point of the podcast is that there are so many different perspectives. So everyone's perspective should feel heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the most random of conversations too, like that video shop porno section. I've had heaps of people message me going, I remember that.
Yeah.
So even something completely irrelevant or nonsensical like that has all of a sudden just put this memory back into all these people's minds that they didn't even realize they had.
Yeah. Exactly. And that actually takes me directly into what I was going to talk about with the other part of the community, which I forgot about, but I remembered now. So good. And that is that every month we're actually going to be introducing a wildcard episode. And what that is we're taking that community feedback and all the funny little shit and all the little tiny things that we get from the community. And we're going to get a guest in, some random guest that we have planned every month, I should say.
Yeah.
And we are going to be compiling every single one of those little details into one episode so that we can just randomly have all these fun conversations, totally lighthearted and just fun.
One hell of a shit fest, basically. It could be described as.
Exactly. So that way we can have our serious episodes every week, which another thing is we are going to be looking at doing weekly episodes.
The feedback has been like a lot of people wanting to get on, so we're going to have to film more regularly.
We are,
which isn't a bad thing.
It's a great thing.
Like, I remember when we were first talking, I was like, "Oh, is fortnightly too often? Like, you know, do people not have better things to do with their lives?" And it's like all of a sudden, it's like, "Nah, can you start doing this weekally?"
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll try.
Yeah, exactly. And as long as obviously both of us are able to keep up with it as well, which at the moment we are. And it's great. So yes, peeps, look out for
the wildcard episode.
Exactly. Wildcard episodes every month. We will let you know when it is a wildcard episode. It'll be fun. It'll be shit. It'll be fun. It'll be more shit.
Yeah. And this is
Rinse
where the
and repeat.
completely
What are you laughing at?
stupendous, ridiculous questions will be answered, sort of thing. So
okay.
I've seen some of them and it makes me think like, holy shit, how do people come up with these sorts of questions?
So good.
So I'm really keen to answer. As incriminating some of it might be to various people.
Yeah, 100%. Even like all the little topics that, okay. Let's just leave it for a wildcard episode.
Yeah, let's just put a little bait there and just leave it at that.
It's going to be
a lot
funny.
of digressing in that episode.
We will not say we digress. No, but there will be a lot
I don't
of
think there
digressing.
will be any of it because it will literally be a free-for-all shit talk.
Yeah, 100%.
Something we do quite well. I think so. Anyway.
Yes, definitely do. Especially when we get the right person on, it'll be great. So as well on top of that, so it'd be fun. So peeps, look out for that. But yes, so we do actually want to get into the main discussion though tonight. Yeah. What do you think? Tonight? Tomorrow? Tonight? Today?
Tonight.
Right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it might be morning when you're listening to this. Who knows? It might be. So wherever you are, actually, that's a good question. When do you listen to the podcast?
Yeah. Actually, and how?
And how? Yeah.
Because me personally, I like to visually watch if there's a visual option. So I will always endeavor to pull this up on YouTube and watch. But I've had a lot of people who listen to it in their car, in their headphones while they're at the gym. And then although they're missing out on that visual sort of thing, I don't think we talk about too many things or do many things that require a visual aspect. So you can easily follow along just with the oral. But like when do you listen or watch? Like I'm always on a TV or something, but so many people I know are in their car while they're doing housework. Yeah. Had some dude say he's mowing his lawn while he's listening. So curious. Like, are you more of an oral person or do you like the video?
Yeah, definitely.
As well? Not that we'll ever stop doing the video, but it's curious to I'm curious to see.
Yeah, curious to know.
Yeah.
Well, let's start with the first listener, Rosco. Where do you listen to the podcast, my friend? Do you listen to us? Do you actually like us?
I do listen to you, and I do like you, mate. It varies. I mean, a lot of the time I just put YouTube on and I just throw my phone wherever.
Yeah.
I'll listen to you when I'm in the shower.
Yeah,
when I'm brushing my teeth.
Yeah, right.
You know, driving to work, I might put you in the center console and connect you to the to the car, and
Yeah. Oh, that's good, mate.
Yeah, I have been guilty of putting my phone on top of my Speedo behind my steering
Oof.
wheel
that's a
Dude.
no-no.
once.
Police didn't hear that.
No,
It was when you were pulled over.
It was when I was
and then
parked
parked. Yeah.
in the car park.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's
I wasn't
fine.
actually driving.
And the keys were out of the ignition.
Yeah, the car wasn't even started.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the car.
Sweaty
I was
Betty.
standing outside watching it through the window.
Through the
so-
window.
Yeah. yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a sweaty Betty situation.
Especially in Townsville at the moment.
Oof. It is so hot in Townsville. Anyway, let's not talk about how hot it is in Townsville. Let's talk about some hot topics, though.
Yeah.
Hot topics of discussion for
Let's do
today.
it.
Relationships and dating.
The big D word, some people might refer to that as.
Yeah. The big D. Yeah. I like the big D.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah. I'm all about it. So,
Yeah. Don't go into the other room.
no, but I'm all about it. What do we want to talk about? Relationships and dating and mental health as well, because mental health is super important. Mental health is definitely something, obviously, like we said, we want to chat on, but that's going to be an ongoing conversation.
Yeah.
Rosco, I know we would want to get to know a little bit more about you. Obviously, we're mates with you, so we know a lot of the situations that you've been in as well, but I just wanted to sort of open up a discussion between all of us and just let's talk about relationships, dating. Obviously, we're all males. For everyone listening and watching, there's no females here, so we just want to pay our respects from our side of the view of dating, but also respect all our lovely ladies out there. Yeah.
Always
Ladies rock too, by the way.
respect.
100%.
Always have respect for the ladies.
Always.
Yeah. Even if we really fuck up and
Well, that's it.
we make mistakes.
We all
do.
make mistakes.
We're not the smartest creatures.
We're not, you know.
Some of us are.
I can definitely
But
say
not
that
me.
I'm not the smartest.
I'm not. No, 100%.
But one thing that a lot of people, both male and females, have sent me is mental health around dating for men. Like, how does a man's mental health affect dating? You know?
I can, mate. This is something I know a lot about.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rip into it. Yeah.
look, I think for a man, I mean, a lot of men, they have this drive of self-worth, and you know, they've been sort of, you know, men are got to be a certain way, and they've got to have things, they've got to be able to support a woman and this and that. And like, if you go into the dating scene and you're not mentally prepared, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a real hard time, because people will judge you, and you just got to be ready for that. And the other thing is, it's up to you to be ready. It's not up to them. You're not, you know, so...
When you said, like, sorry to cut you off there for a second, but when you said you're not mentally ready, or you've got to be mentally ready, that's an interesting thing, because so many people say if you're not completely okay with being alone, then you shouldn't be in a relationship. I've heard that countless times over the years.
Yeah.
So that's almost like saying you got to be, mentally okay with just your own company. You got to be mentally okay with being alone for days, completely at peace with who you are before you can present yourself to someone else.
Yeah.
Yep.
So many people I know will get into relationships because they're broken or because they're not mentally happy, and they think that by being with someone else, that other person's going to fix them.
Yeah.
Whereas all too many times, like, if you're broken, you're just going to be breaking that other person you're with, sort of thing. So yeah,
it's not fair to them. It's not fair to them. That's for sure.
no,
Yeah.
I've
100%.
Yeah, I remember countless times I'll see a broken person going into a relationship, and it doesn't last, and they end up breaking the other person. Actually, there was a saying, broken people break people.
Yep.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. 100%.
And that was a huge thing that I've had to learn quite a few times in my adult life. You know, like, you got to be good before you can give something to someone else.
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually really guilty of that. Personally, just for anyone, for obviously for those listening who do know me, they know a little bit about me with this story. But because I live in Townsville, and I'm happy to share about this sort of stuff as well, because I'm pretty open with this sort of stuff. But because I live in Townsville, I don't have any of my family up here in Townsville for quite some time now. I haven't had them up here. So, and I was married at one point. So, and because I got married so young, I actually had this this fascination with having a partner because they became my family.
Yeah.
And then when I didn't have that anymore, I fell into that trap of wanting another partner because I seeked that family aspect.
They fill a void.
To fill a void. And I felt like a partner used to be like, I thought they used to I used to think that they had to be that because I didn't have any family. I didn't trust that friends were family enough to me because I said in my mind that a partner is my family and friends can't be as much of that family. It took me years to shake it. Yeah. I'm finally at the point now where I've accepted that my friends and everyone around me I love them so much that they become my family now.
Yeah.
And it took me fucking years to do that, man. But I tell you now, so I'm guilty of that. I used to be like that. And for all the ladies that I did date, not that I dated heaps, but I'm not a man whore. Let's say that. But my family would say otherwise. But
I think I'm.
But you know what I mean. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're right.
But you know what I mean.
I do know what you
that's
mean.
my story.
I do know
anyway.
what you mean. Yeah. I think I'm sort of in that position now where because I was in a 14-year relationship. I'm figuring that out now. Like I don't actually know who I am because for 14 years I was this guy that I had a lot of respect for. I did a lot of selfless things, but now I'm just, I'm sort of like, well, who am I? What do I actually do? Like I've got all these friends.
Yeah.
I need yourself. You've helped me a lot over the last few months of everything that's been going on, but I'm trying to figure that out now. Like, yeah, okay, I can rely on these people. They are my friends. I lost a lot of my family because I made that with my ex-partner. 14 years coming to a town where I've got no one. Yeah. I meet her. I create a family with her. Those are the people that I rely on. Now I've basically just gone, okay, that's out of my life. What do I do now?
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to really, I've spent a lot of time over the last couple of months thinking, what do I want? What's going to make me happy?
Yeah.
My mental health has suffered really badly.
Yeah.
And I've dated. I've done it. I've dated and I haven't been ready. I've hurt people. I've hurt myself probably more than anything else because it's sort of made me realise that I've been procrastinating on life and I haven't actually prepared myself for leaving and all these questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been tough, and this is just the surface of the iceberg.
The tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, this is nothing. Like I've got some stories over the last 12 months, that's for sure.
But that's interesting because like there's almost like this I'm just trying to think how to explain it in the simplest terms. Like there's this expectation and a picture that society, I think, puts on men and where they should be at certain ages of their life. And when a male isn't there through whatever reason, it might be by choice or by mistakes or experiences, whatever. It's almost like even though you don't want to feel a sense of like a less of self-worth, it's hard not to when society might say otherwise, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm 37. I like being single. I like it because I love my own company and I don't feel any need at all to have anyone else around me.
Yep.
Like I'm purely happy that way. So whereas if you would ask society, a 37-year-old male who's single, well, there's probably something wrong with him then. Because, well, why is a 37-year-old male single with no kids? It's like, well, I choose to be. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm peaceful that way.
Yeah.
And
I think that's also, like you said, a lot of the social norms.
Yeah.
As they say, it pressurizes you into a situation.
Yeah.
For example, after a time where I've finally settled down to the fact that I don't need to have someone, but I know that I would like to have someone. When people either tell you, and it happens both ways, man. Like people tell me, well, I'm in the position where I'm saying I don't need anyone, but I know that having someone does make me happy because spending life with someone does make me happy. And that's just a fact. And that I don't feel like that's a bad thing to say, that you just enjoy having company around.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
and obviously everyone's different, because not everyone's introverted, extroverted, whatever it is. And some people don't like the company of others. Some people prefer their own company, like yourself. You prefer your own company more, and that's completely okay.
Yeah.
But the social norms of people telling you the opposite to what you believe is so crazy to me, because people will tell me when I say that I like having someone, they say, well, you don't need to have anyone. And I'm like, well, no, I just said that. I don't need anyone. But is it bad to just accept the fact that I like having people around me?
Yeah.
Like, why is that so bad to some people?
Yeah. It's almost like people will get into relationships so they don't look out of place in society.
Mm.
And they're not really invested in the relationship, or they put up with shitty behavior from their partner.
Yeah.
But they stay there. It's because, no, like by my age, whatever age that is, I need to be in a relationship, you know? Yeah, that's definitely not something I would ever see myself doing. Maybe I have a higher sense of self-worth for myself, where I wouldn't just settle for something that isn't truly what I want. But yeah, I mean, if you look at, say, 30 years ago, the average 30 to 35-year-old male, and I'm reflecting, like, even if I think back to my own parents, they were married with kids by that point. You know, I don't know about your parents, both of yours, but it was around that age where, you know, by the time you're 30, you should have this, this, and this, and this. And if I was to think back to when my mum or dad were 37, pretty sure I was born, one of my other brothers was born, they had their own house. Like, fuck, I'm not ready for any of that. I don't even know if I want that, you know? And it, like, I'm sure there's someone out there that's like, you're falling behind in life. It's like, no, man, like, I'm good. I can do whatever I want. I can wake up whenever I want. Like, there's so many things that I don't like about that, and I choose to be single. I'm not saying I'm going to be single forever, but you're going to have to be, you're not competing. Like, if I was to go out with someone, they're not going to be competing with a heap of other women. They're going to be competing with myself. You know, I think that's the one thing I want to say men feel, but women as well. Like, there's women just like me who love to be alone. I know a heap of them who,
me too.
What makes them happy is finishing work of an afternoon, going home to their apartment or unit, just literally chilling there with a dog, you know, living their life how they want to live it. And they completely understand where I'm from. I'm sure some people will look at them and go, what do you mean you're 35? You got no man, got no kids? It's like, no, I'm just happy. My mental health of being like just by myself and chilling is so much better than thinking I need to be with someone. Only being happy half the time, and that happiness probably comes from the fact that I believe I have someone who supports me, as opposed to actually truly loving someone. Sort of thing.
That's right.
So,
when you know how to love yourself, then you really know how to love others.
Exactly.
Because you have that respect of, I know what I want and what I need as a person, and you may not have the same wants and needs, but at least I'll respect your opinion even more because I know if you love yourself the way that you should as well, you would also want and need different things as well. So when you do have that love for yourself, then you can love others more. I actually learnt that more from actually biblical shit. I just put two of the funniest words. Biblical shit. My mum, if you're listening to this, I know you don't like it when I say stuff like that, but it is what it is.
We're adults.
We're adults. I can do whatever I want.
That's our podcast.
I love you, Mum. She actually said to me the other day, sorry to break up the conversation, but she said, love your podcast, son. You're really, really good at it, but you swear a lot. And I was like, well, you know me, Mum.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so, but yeah, talking about the fact that I grew up in that Christian environment, I actually did learn a lot about those sorts of morals and ethics behind appreciating people. And although I don't live in that whole Christian environment anymore, if you can't tell, by me swearing all the time, thanks, Mum. It's important to me that I had that experience, despite the fact that some people may not agree with Christianity. But to me, the fact that I can appreciate people and love them more because of it, that to me is valuable.
One thing I I see a lot of too, which I just don't understand at all. And I guess I won't be in that position to understand, but it's like people in relationships where kids are involved, and they're truly they're truly unhappy with their partner, but because it seems too hard to leave, because there could be, like, oh, we've got to sort out the bank accounts, might be kids involved. It's as if they just go, oh, fuck it, I'll just put up with this person for the rest of my life. And I know so many situations where both men and women, who I know personally, just are happy to put up with either being treated like shit, being unhappy every day, because they're just too settled to change. And I'll never understand that. You know what I mean? And obviously I haven't been married with kids, so I couldn't, comment on that. But
I've been in this situation.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that. There you go.
No, I mean, well, my ex-fiance, we didn't have children, but she was unwell for a long period of time, and I was just a primary carer for quite some time. Loved her, you know what I mean, but wasn't passionate love. And it was just like, I'm used to doing this. I'm just going to keep doing it because it'd be too difficult to leave. She doesn't have the support she needs, all these things that. So, and then finally I just got the balls to admit to myself that I'm not happy.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not going to keep living like this. I have to leave. I'd take a huge risk and just, there's my whole life.
Yeah.
And I'm out the door. Sometimes I regret it. Well, I regret it a lot at the moment because I'm in such a shit place in my life. Like, I shouldn't say that. I'm growing at the moment. I'm learning from all of this, but there's times where I'm just like, what have I done? And I wake up most mornings, even though I don't love her like passionately, I still wake up every day and I miss that life because I was so used to it. And you just get into that groove where, like, I'll go home, I'll go to the gym because that makes me happy.
Is your happy hour?
And then, and then you go home and you're just watching TV and just, you're good roommates, you're not happy. And, like, look, 14 years hadn't been with another woman. You have those thoughts in your head. It happens. You're just questioning things. You're like, I'm really not happy. Now, I was 39 when I'd already had these thoughts before, but I was 39 when it really kicked off for me because I knew that my 40th was coming up, talking about ages and those where a man should be in his life. So I'm like, well, I'm going to be 40. I've got no chance. We couldn't have children, and that's not her fault. Like, I decided to stay. I made the commitment. I'd take ownership of that. I've got to go because if I keep doing this to myself, I'm going to be 50 next and I'm going to be unhappy and I'm just going to be bitter and I'm not. And it was leaking into our relationship.
Yeah.
She knew I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
So.
And like, you don't want to be bitter.
No.
You don't want to just bring someone down, like that toxicity rubbing off sort of thing.
Yeah.
Being like, I couldn't imagine what it would feel like to be the cause of someone's bitterness or even be bitter myself or something, Look. And, so you go.
No, look, I mean, I wasn't look, there's times there where the bitterness was coming from both of us. And once that starts, because you're starting to, both people one person's not happy, the other person's going to become unhappy. They're going to become bitter. You're already creating this. It's just throwing fuel on the fire.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, I can't even remember what I was going to say. I was literally just free-flowing then.
No, it's good.
Thing.
No, that's fair enough. That must have been really hard to deal with. I have a different situation. But for you, if you don't mind me asking, Rosco, did that take quite some time for you to really settle into that fact that it was hard and it was bitter? And did it take, if you don't mind me asking,
no, it's fine.
Did it take a long time to get to that point? Where,
it did.
Yeah.
Look, man, if I'm honest, I wasn't in love for a long time. This is years. This is, you know, me having these thoughts for years, we actually like took a little break after 7 years, you know, and then I was like, nah, I can do this. But I really, you know, I was just doing it to make someone else happy. I wasn't doing it to make myself happy. So, yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about this stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
Even 2 or 3 years before we actually split, I'm sort of already in my head like, I got to do something.
Yeah.
I've got to do something, you know, and I've talked to myself about it all the time. Till one day I just said it out loud.
Yeah.
I got to leave, you know, and that was hard because you're hurting someone that you love. I still love her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she was my best friend. She doesn't talk to me much now. Like, you know, this is actually this period now here while I'm here is probably the longest period of time I haven't spoken to her for weeks, you know, and over a 15-year period when you're constantly talking to someone, it's like now I'm just sort of like,
You're feeling that loss.
I'm feeling the loss big time,
Yeah.
you know, and not just that. I had a breakup recently, which you know about. Like I broke up with a girl that I have to admit it to myself. I fell in love with this chick, you know, and probably because I would have handled this a lot better, except I'd lost my way.
Yeah.
Like I'd made her my new North Star. You know what I mean? Like I'd had the triathlon last year, mate. I was in a really good place. I was going really, really well. My headspace was good. I started to get discipline back in my life. You know, I had this methodical just way of just doing everything every day, just powering through, and everything I was doing was good.
Yeah.
And then once I finished the triathlon, I started noticing every day just little things creeping away, like I'm losing discipline. I didn't go to the shop and get this, or I'm not going to get up this morning and do this. And then I met her and she sort of took I was getting a little bit pissed off with myself about not doing the things I was supposed to be doing. But when she came along, I did not care because I was like, mate, I've just met the most beautiful girl, you know. But in saying that, even though I was telling myself these things, I still wasn't treating her like a girl that I wanted to date, which I should have been, because I think it was a self-sabotage thing in my head. I'm not making commitment because I'm thinking, oh, you know, this is going to end when it's not going to go well. You know, I'm going to fuck up somewhere or something. So I was just sabotaging myself. And that is, again, is because I fucking wasn't ready. I wish I had met this chick, you know, when I was, but that's just fucking how life goes, you know. And I've got to try and now, like, look, I'm suffering from depression. I'm suffering from anxiety. It's the fucking worst I've ever had it. Like, I can't even in the mornings, I can't breathe, you know. I stopped taking medication, and that big fucking mistake. I got on it because they were like, you know, you need to be taking this stuff. You're not in a good way. Stop taking it. Fucking anxiety starts again. You know, can't breathe, can't eat, can't sleep, and trying to maintain a job and just live. This is a real, like, you know, and you say it to yourself, it's stupid. I say it to myself like, mate, you need to be a man and just take this, you know, everything. It's everything.
But that's what men have always been told to do.
Yeah, I know, and it's stupid.
Just suck it up.
Just suck it up and go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's such a bullshit attitude to have, though. Not
It
you,
is.
as in, I'm just saying, as in, like, you feel pressured to just suck it up and push through. And
yeah, I mean, look.
For you, do you feel like that's actually a viable way of dealing with it?
No.
Because you're like me, like, you're a very emotional person.
I'm a super emotional person. You know what I mean? Like, this is what bothers me. Like, I am a super emotional person.
Yeah.
I should have, and throughout this whole period, I don't feel like I've actually been myself. You know what I mean? I've only just figured out over the last couple of months, like, you know, after splitting from that girl and taking so much time to think, the fuck do I want?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What really makes me happy?
Yeah.
Why did I do this before?
Yeah.
You know, why was I happy doing that? What, you know, like, there's so many things I've laid in that apartment, you know, down on the beach, and just thought about every little thing I need to do now to improve myself and just become better, and not, look, if I've said it so many times, if you can make the same mistake twice, but the second one isn't really a mistake, that's a choice, and I'm not going to keep doing that. So yeah, I'm just looking to onwards and upwards, mate, for me at the moment. That's the only way I can see it.
Exactly.
But I still know how bad I am at the moment. Like, I could leave here after spending time with you guys and just be in the car howling, because that's what I've been doing. I just, I'm an emotional person. So.
Yeah. But man, life can be proper hard sometimes. And especially for those who are emotional as well. I mean, I was told this by my psychologist as well, because everyone has different brain chemistry as well. So you got to keep that in mind. The fact that everyone thinks differently, everyone reacts differently, and everyone gets emotional differently, and everyone has different logical processes in their head, the way they think.
Yep.
And what my psychologist told me was, especially for those who are more emotional, for example, people with ADHD, like you and I.
Yep.
And obviously there's different types of ADHD with that as well. And that's a whole nother topic for another day. But for those who have a higher state of emotional either intelligence or also just the way that their brain is wired, is that we should always allow those emotions to actually, you think about the emotions and you think about why you have that emotion and actually allow it to express itself, because there's a reason why you're angry. There's a reason why you're frustrated or sad or happy or whatever it is. And if you figure out the why, then it actually allows you to process that information and actually get through it. Because if you just tell yourself, like we said before, to the standard norms that people tell us, especially males, but it happens to females as well, just suck it up. That's bullshit, because then you never actually get to work through those emotions.
It just becomes this heavy weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, man, Rosco, keep pushing on, bro.
I'm pushing.
That's all
you can do, man.
Yeah.
And find an outlet. Like, music for me is a big one.
Yeah.
What I put into my music and lyrics as well, like, probably not say, I mean, obviously, for those that don't know, I'm in those 3 main projects at the moment. There's the heavy death metal ones, there's your soft rock ones, like there's a couple of different genres there. And I think for me, each of those genres that those projects might fit into represent different parts of my personality. And I will write basically depending on how I'm feeling that day, sort of thing. But all the lyrics I'll write for a lot of those songs, I can tell you exactly what they mean. Like, and even like a lot of them are very deep, and I'm not too sure the word to use, but like mysterious in a way. You know, but if you were like analogies, a lot of them contain analogies, sort of thing. So, and if you were to ask me what the lyrics mean or certain verses mean, I can tell you exactly the imagery I have, why I wrote things that way there.
Yep.
And that's sort of like, that helped me so much, because like just writing stuff down, even if I wasn't talking to someone, the fact that I was writing and being able to convey emotion into lyrics and music, sort of thing. So if anyone's like reading like the 11 Oceans of Ashes lyrics, for instance, which is the more softer one, they might be reading it going, this makes absolutely no sense. Or it's like a very deep, like where you got to really think about what it means. Yeah. Some are very straightforward.
Like French Set Halo.
French Set Halo, Some people will know what French Set Halo is.
Yeah.
There's one person in particular that will know what French Set Halo means. But like I have complete concept.
Sorry, Rosco has no idea what we're talking about.
No
that's
idea.
all right.
But I
thought we were friends, mate. Doesn't even know one of the songs I released. It's all good.
It's all good.
But yeah, if I can't even remember what I was talking about.
You're talking about outlets.
Oh yeah, outlets. So like I remember all the lyrics and everything. That was my outlet. So if anyone's like reading my lyrics, it might relate to them. Once I tell them what it means, it might relate to them even more. But
they might have their own interpretation too, which is what it's all about.
I was talking to D.W. Norton from Super Heist. For those who are over 30 years old will probably remember Super Heist back in the day as one of being the main new metal bands to come up in Australia, and they're still going. They were one of my the band as a whole were one of my idols growing up through high school, just getting in the guitar and everything.
Yeah.
And I ended up connecting with DW many, many years later just through social media, and I'll flick him a message and we'll chat here and there. And I'm truly honored to essentially just be able to chat with someone who I grew up adoring musically, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But holy shit, I've forgotten what the hell I was talking about.
It's all good, man.
Where the hell?
This is
Where
great.
was I
This is
going,
great.
man,
We're
with
talking
this?
about outlets,
Outlets,
and how having those different outlets helps you process through these shitty times. And, and
Definitely does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I picked up the guitar for the first couple of weeks after we broke up.
Yeah.
I didn't handle it well at all. I did.
Music's healing.
I'm
though,
so
bro.
embarrassed. It is. It's very healing. I mean, I played the guitar for look. Jaden come over. I've got an acoustic, so you know I was trying to learn to play because I was like, I need something to take my mind off things.
Yeah.
So I just sit on the beach and put the YouTube on and just play something. That was really good. I've still got the guitar and I'm still playing every now and then. But mate, for those first couple of weeks, the guitar just did something for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's a very spiritual instrument.
Dude, it is,
even
man.
the sounds that come out of it.
Yeah.
Like mate, it's funny when something like this happens to you, life-changing events and whatnot. Things sound different. Things
Yes,
mean
100%.
something different. I even playing the guitar, I'm thinking to
I know what
myself,
you mean.
how many people have played this sound? Like the sounds that come out of this fucking thing will just pull something from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that, man.
Yeah, and I'm playing the guitar on the beach, and I'm looking at our spot where we would sleep because we slept on the beach because we both live
You
on
and
the
your
beach.
partner
This
that you
girl
had.
that I was seeing,
Yeah.
we both live 2 doors apart on the beach. She's still there, and we would sleep on the beach.
Yeah.
So I'm playing the guitar, fucking sitting down there looking at our spot. Like I'm forcing myself just to keep getting on with life, but it was difficult. The guitar did save me though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Man,
And
music. Yeah.
I got a skateboard. I mean, I'm a 40-year-old man. It's pretty embarrassing, but hey, I used to skate a lot. So I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what people think of me. I've got to do something that's going to make me happy.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good,
going
man.
to find joy in it. I'm going to do it. So I did it.
Yeah.
100%.
Music saved me more than once, man. Like I remember, and it's funny, like they did studies on music, certain chords and tempos, like full university studies where they would hook up things to audiences and like or like the electrodes and stuff on your body, and they would watch the patterns within your like psyche and emotion and everything just change based off certain chords and tempos. Like and even in a lot of my music, like there are chords that promote happiness. There are tempos that promote happiness.
Yep.
There's a reason why the bridal waltz is at 70 beats per minute from memory. Or it might be 71.
Yeah,
Like
somewhere around there.
that's like
So
a
it brings out some type of emotion.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then French Say Hello was in
Sweet
the exact
emotion.
same
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
had to write it to the exact same tempo.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like music changes people, man.
Yeah.
There's a reason why people listen to it when they're jogging because it elicits an emotion. There's a reason why people listen to it when they're going to the gym because it does.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, 100%.
music just heals, dude.
It does.
And when people ask me why I write so much or I'm in so many different bands, ranging from the heaviest of brutal death metal bands to the nicest of singing, it's like because that's the human emotion. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
One of the songs we got coming up in 11 Oceans of Ashes, which is the softer band, actually has backing death metal vocals.
Yeah.
And the few people I've showed it to are like, I love it, but how did you, like, why are you putting something really aggressive into a song that's so beautiful? It's like, because that's life, man. Like,
Yeah.
no matter how calm or nice of a person you are, there's still going to be times where there's anger inside you.
Yeah.
Like it's a song that represents life. You know what I mean?
Just in the background.
Yeah, exactly. And but yeah, like music saved me more than that's just the reason why I have 10 plus guitars.
Yeah.
I might be 14 or 15.
Yeah.
As much to my mum's disgust. Like, why you have so many bloody
I get
guitars?
jealous watching
fine,
you guys
man.
play. I come and use it just finger picking. Just I'm just like, man, nah.
It takes time, man.
Yeah, well, in some cases, that's all I had at various points in life, man. Like I wasn't. It was the only way I could process things.
Yeah.
By sitting alone with a set of headphones and just learning to sing, learning to play guitar.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are some people out there who will probably never know I've written a song about them,
Yeah.
or they might.
Yeah.
There's one or two people that probably will.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but if I can get all my feelings out into music, and in some cases inspire other people or give other people hope through music, through whatever, like if I've been through something, I've written a song in that state of mind, and that connects with someone else who's going through the same thing, and it makes it all right. Over the years, I have actually received messages through the 11 Oceans account of people saying like, man, this something about this particular song like really helped me at the moment.
Yeah.
I haven't really had that much through the death metal ones because it's a different vibe, you know what I mean? But for those softer ones, it's like, man, there's something about when you sing this line or this chord that just moves me, and like that saved me. Yeah. And I think I got that off one of my first songs I released about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And that was enough to go, all right, I'm doing something good then.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Just that one person, hey.
Yeah.
Also know that the death metal stuff, I and I don't want to blow your own horn or anything like that.
No,
but
I can do that just fine.
Yeah.
He loves blowing his own horn.
Oh, God.
I try.
We said we were going to cut down on that type of humor.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Humor? What do you mean?
What? Oh, no, it wasn't funny.
Serious? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
You're right. Toying with my emotions. Continue.
No. On a serious note, though, I was actually listening to like God Particle and some of that. What's your other? Amniostasis.
Amniostasis.
I was listening to Amniostasis, and for me, like heavy metal, it's one of those genres for me that actually calms me. Yeah,
right.
It calms me.
This is so funny because I've had so many people. I'll tell that to people.
Yeah,
and they're like, "How the hell does that even work?"
I love it.
Listening to death metal and that type of extreme music, relaxes me in a way that I can't even describe, especially to people who aren't metalheads, sort of thing.
They've done studies on it. I think it's up there with. I'm pretty sure they said heavy metal is like like up there with like some type of
orchestral music.
Yeah, something like
Beethoven. Beethoven, I think, was a study they did. Yeah.
It's like it really relaxes you.
Yeah.
It just brings something out. It must be, just some type of emotion.
Yeah. And just side note too, like with the God Particle stuff, God Particle traditionally was an extreme band that we wanted to incorporate melody in.
Yeah.
And just like the 11 Oceans of Ashes, where it was all about soft, but there's real life in it, so there's underlying death metal elements to it. God Particle was the opposite of that, in that it was all about aggression and anger, but in those moments when you feel those sorts of emotions, there are also elements of beauty in there too.
Yeah.
So songs like Scarlet Nexus, and even like We Are Fire, the soft sung choruses are very much relating to one thing, while the aggressive choruses are something different. Sorry, while the aggressive verses are something different as well, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And both Dave and I would often sort of bounce backwards and forward. Dave does a lot of the harsh vocals, while sort of more of the clean vocals in a few of those songs. But yeah, so with every bit of music, like there's your aggressive stuff that still has to have the beauty in it, because that's life. And just like life, even some things that are really beautiful can sometimes be so disastrously depressing and full of anger as well.
Yeah.
And that was how I basically relay that in music, sort of thing. So.
Yeah. But that still goes on with everything else, even talking about the outlets. Like if music's not your thing either, there's a lot of other things that can be an outlet for a lot of people.
Yeah.
For example, even you just said before, skateboard, you picked up the skateboard again after how many years?
20.
Yeah, 20 years. I know for me, motorbikes are a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I fucking love my motorbike, even though I'm selling it. Sad.
It's all right. We'll get there.
I'll get another one, but that's fine. But the outlet is there. And even when it's not there, at least the community built around the motorbikes as well also is an outlet for me. And it's different for everyone. You know, everyone has their own outlet.
Yeah.
And which is a really good point of bringing up the outlets, because, you know, whether it's cooking, whether it's cleaning a house, whether it's starting a podcast. Even Rosco said he wants to start a podcast as well, because he wants to talk about a whole bunch of things. Like, Rosco, what do you want to talk about?
Everything. Mate. Everything. No, I've got some good ideas. I've got some good ideas, and I've got a guy that he's very interesting, a little entrepreneur, that would like to do it with me, and maybe I've got some good guests as well. Actually, I've got some guys that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Timmy.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, he knows you.
Old Ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Timmy. I've known Timmy since, well, I was 3 years old when Timmy was born.
Yeah,
so I've literally known Timmy his entire life.
He said that to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
He said
nice.
that to me.
I have plenty. I actually trained with Timmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
so
yeah.
Shout out to Timmy.
No, he's a good
We
fella,
did
and he's
CrossFit together.
mate.
Yeah.
He's been a bit of a rock for me. Him and his partner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
good.
like they've
Yeah.
been real good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got
Timmy's a rad dude.
Roscoe's Modern Life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're going to call it, hey?
Holy
Oh,
shit.
we'll see.
Yes.
Is that a good name?
That is a cool name.
Ros-
Nobody
Roscoe's
steal it.
Modern
We're
Life.
actually going to,
Yeah.
we'll have to start making the art for it so that you can
Yeah.
get that out there.
Copyright
it.
Before anyone else steals it.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
cut that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
you
No,
better.
that's fine. We can keep it in there so then everyone knows about it.
True.
Roscoe's
You heard it
Modern
here
Life.
You
first.
heard it here first.
A Roscoe's-
Episode 3.
Yeah. Episode 3.
So,
Shit's
yeah,
going to
that
happen.
should be fun. I've just got to get myself organised. I've got to look. I'm starting another job.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work on getting this business off the ground so
Yeah.
I can get myself that nice car and change my circumstances. But but that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like that saying, and this is just sort of compressing the saying.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be word for word. Basically, it's like you got to know what rock bottom feels like to
Oof.
appreciate everything else, sort of thing. I've
Yeah.
been there a few times.
I've
Oh,
definitely
mate.
been there,
Oh, yeah.
man. Yeah.
I know a lot of people last year that were there too.
Yeah.
It's been I think COVID did something as well. Like it just created this, I don't know, it just started spitting people out the back of it. They just haven't really dealt with things and it's just created messes in people's relationships and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then this is the other side of it, really. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's almost like the internet and social media has exacerbated that a bit.
oh mate, it's just been
Life was a lot more simple before.
yeah.
It
a lot of
was.
the
It's
current
changed.
internet
It's
we have.
changed people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like, do you remember when you were a kid? Life was so simple.
Yeah.
I remember, yeah, man, you'd finish school on a Friday afternoon, 3:00. You were just in the best of spirits.
Yeah.
You get home, whether you're catching a bus, you're riding, whatever.
Yeah.
You're just on cloud nine, man. No responsibilities for 2 whole days.
It's awesome,
You
man.
wake up, watch Rage in the morning, a couple of cartoons.
100%.
You know,
Dude, Rage.
Friends
it was
at-
the best.
You know, you
How
have
good
to-
was Rage?
Is it Cheese TV?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
TV.
Yes.
Dude.
What was that show? Was it Amazing? Where they had like all the school kids and you had like you had to run around the little like maze and like
Yeah.
grab
I
cards
remember
and the
that, yeah.
slime.
You lost me there.
The little asterisks, amazing, I think, or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah, vaguely.
Viewers might remember what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah. Don't forget
There's-
the toothbrush.
Yeah. There's
That's
so
so-
many things, man. And like, I even in my era, there was like Saturday Disney as well,
Yeah.
that sort of stuff, and all the different other the cartoons and like Cartoon Network stuff that was on normal TV.
Yeah.
But even just going back to before the internet stuff, man, like I remember, bro, I used to just love playing outside. I used to
Yeah.
be super into BMX riding. I
Yeah.
used to I used to go down to the skate park by myself. It was like 1.5 kilometers down the road.
Yep.
I just went by myself. I was like 10 years old, man.
Yeah.
And I just go down to the skate park, middle of nowhere, where anything could happen to me. But bro, I was vibing. That was my
Yeah.
whole jam when I was
Yeah.
a kid, man. I loved it.
Get a
But
bit
like now, my daughter, she's 5.5 years old, and I mean, I don't trust her. No, she's only 5.5 years old too. Maybe it might be a little bit different when she's 10. But man, she vibes on just sitting at home and watching Netflix and playing on her iPad. And I mean, we play together too. We play a lot of toys together. I got her this Gabby dollhouse thing for Christmas. I don't know if you know what that is because you don't have kids.
No idea
But-
what you're
No
talking
idea.
about.
I got no idea.
For all the listeners out there that have kids, you know what Gabby's dollhouse is. It's like talking about Bluey, man. Like,
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah.
Gabby's dollhouse, Bluey. It's like back in our days, or my days, your days. Either way, you know what Wiggles is, and
Yeah.
Bear in the Big Blue House,
Yeah.
like all those things. Bluey and Gabby's dollhouse and all, especially YouTube. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Basically, I got this dollhouse for her, and she loves just sitting down and playing with the dollhouse. But even still, that is based off a TV show that we watch on the internet together.
Yeah.
So she'll sit there and watch the internet show, and then she'll play with her Gabby's dollhouse as well.
Yeah.
But either way, it's still, I mean, we say that word that we said we're not going to say, we digress. But
We did.
we did
Yeah.
digress. But
A
the
little.
thing is, the life before internet is so different. And now it's just so strange. Even when you talk about dating, man, like dating now is so different. There's so much of that online bullshit
That's
that
crazy.
everyone.
Crazy.
Do you have any experience with like online dating and stuff? Like Benny, do you have any as well?
Too much.
Not really.
No,
No.
good. Keep
I
it that
didn't.
way.
Yeah.
This all online dating started while I was still in a loving relationship.
Yeah,
So no, up until the last, 6-7 months, and then and honestly, I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
wishing I didn't open Pandora's box because it's just I mean, it can be hurt. It's just
it can be. Yeah,
you're just opening a can of worms sometimes.
Yeah.
I think you're inviting some. I mean, unless you've got real intentions, you know what I mean. You know exactly what you want. You got real intentions.
yeah,
Which sometimes you might think you got real intentions too going into that internet dating, and you actually don't. You just need to make sure you take time to think about what you actually want.
People use it for quick validation.
That's exactly right. So
or something else quick.
Yes.
something, and that's
Yeah.
it. You know, they just, and you don't know what people, they put things on their profiles like,
Yeah,
I'm looking for a relationship.
yeah,
They're actually not,
yeah.
and I mean, I've been guilty of that. I'm not gonna lie. I told you exactly before. I even said, if you ever get me on the podcast, you're just going to get the real version. I'm not perfect. I've done things. So, but I've learnt. That's the thing. I've learned.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to hurt people. I
important.
don't want to hurt people.
Yeah,
So I just try to be honest. But yeah, man, I'll tell you what, internet dating.
Yeah.
My God, it was so much easier back in the day where you just see a girl out and you go up and talk to her. The mystery of it all.
yeah,
Yeah.
Even when you stepped out the door and you were that age, like when you're
Yeah.
a young fella, where's your mates? Dunno. I'm going to walk there and see if I can find these
Yeah.
guys. They're probably on the street over there.
yeah,
I've just knocked on the door. Where's Timmy?
yeah.
He's, such and such. Mate, the mystery of life is just gone
Yeah,
with all
dude.
this.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's like with internet dating, I'm pretty sure that 99% of people have another 5 options on the same app that they're talking to you about anyway.
Yeah. Do you have any? So you know how it works? Yeah.
Oh, I know plenty of people that have been on it. I know the
Yeah,
gist
okay.
of things.
You know how it works. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So put a blanket statement out there. No
Yeah.
disrespect to anyone who does like to use
Yeah.
dating websites and stuff like that. But my personal experience is, it's pretty shit. But I know so many people, man, have the exact same thing. But obviously everyone uses it for different things too.
Yeah.
If you're in it for a quick hookup, man, that's the shit. Like that's where it's at for those types of people. I personally am not like that, so I won't do that. But man, there's nothing better if you genuinely want to meet someone. There's nothing better than just getting out there in the real world when you're not even expecting it, and you just meet someone and you have that connection that it's just like
you
a
had to
zing.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's just phenomenal. So I would obviously, if you like using the dating apps, keep using it. It's fine. It's up to you. And I have nothing against you using it.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, it's refreshing to just get off those internet dating sites and just live life.
Yeah. But
Super
again, man,
refreshing.
like so many people on them, and again, not everyone
Yeah.
on them, but if you don't relate to what I'm about to say, then that's cool. You're obviously not part of the majority. So many people want them to quickly validate themselves. Once they've got that bit of validation, they'll just ghost everyone or treat everyone that they're talking to on it like shit, like they would on any other social media platform sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's all like it's a popularity contest too. I remember someone telling me once, like, with those apps, like, and I believe like all the swiping you have to do, if someone swipes whatever way no is or whatever, you just put yourself in a popularity contest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're on there for a day and you have one swipe, that's going to make you feel more shit than what,
Yeah.
well,
not good.
that's going to make you feel like shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and if you're not in a good space already, which some people are, and I'm guilty of that. I'm getting on there because I'm not great. Oh man, I want to you know, is this what I need to do? And then you start getting rejections.
Yeah.
You're not going to handle it.
Yeah.
You're just not. And I can tell you that from experience, you know.
Yeah.
As I'm straight away like, this isn't good for me. I've got to stop.
No, that's fair.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you could put all that energy into creating a profile on an app, selecting photos that you think represent yourself the better, making sure the angle's right, looking for filters to chuck on. Imagine if you put that much effort into your actual person, your actual self-being, and went out and, you know, met people or something.
Well, although in saying that though, I've known friends along the way that they've said to me, because I've spoken to me exactly about that, and they say, well, I don't like going out, and I'm not like you. I don't just work everywhere and meet all these people all the time. And granted, I mean, I do know what that's like. I used to be very introverted, and I never used to go out to places. The only places I met people were back when I used to be in church, and those days, because I had a place where I could talk to people and meet people. And then after that, I mean, I just met people at work. And then obviously if you only work with like 10 to 30 people, if there's no one there that you want to date, then if those are the only 10 to 30 people that you see all the time and you don't want to date them, then obviously you don't have any other options. So you've got to try and go out of your way. But if you're not a social person, then you're not going to go out to bars and clubs and stuff to meet people if you're not into that. But the only reason why I bring that up is just because, if you're not into that sort of thing, then obviously the dating apps do apply more to you. But in saying that, there's always that fine line of balance. And then that goes back to what you were saying as well before about the validation of like, and if you're ready for it, are you going on there for the right reasons? And are you approaching it in the right way?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong either. I'm just saying that that's just a perspective that I've personally experienced with quite a number of people, actually. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it makes sense.
For sure.
I mean, not everyone's going to be out. Look, not everyone wants to go out and try and meet people. That's just how it is. And that's why these apps work so well. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
But you just got to make sure you're going in with the right intentions. You are ready. Yeah. And you're ready for rejection too. Yeah. You know, not just ready for love or whatever you're really actually looking for.
Yeah.
So,
but
that's a good point. Like, you got to be ready for rejection.
Yeah. You have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be ready for bulk rejection.
Yeah. And that comes
hard.
Yeah.
That just comes down to that self-worth and being prepared and actually making sure that you are happy within yourself. You can take that.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
Well, boys, that is a really, really good conversation. I don't know about you, but I'm like proper into this. I want to keep going, but I'm thinking about the time and thinking we probably need to start wrapping this up. If that's all right.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to keep going, to be quite honest.
Mate,
I hope, though, obviously the people listening would want us to keep going. But again, we keep these episodes around about an hour so that it's a good manageable size for people.
Yeah.
And that's why we have more episodes so we can expand on different things. But I want to keep going. But like I said, we got to keep an eye on time. Take care of our listeners as well.
Totally
what do you reckon,
fine
Ross?
with me, mate. I'm happy.
You vibing?
I'm vibing.
Dude, I'm vibing.
I mean, I was sitting on the lounge only a few hours ago and you texted me and said, guess what? You're coming on. So, okay, I'll cover.
Surprise.
I'm the cover man. So,
yeah. Unfortunately, our other guest got COVID. So, to you, person who I will not name yet because we'll see who he is in another episode when we get him on. Get well soon, butter.
Yeah. Don't cough too much.
Yeah, don't cough too much. That would have been awesome on our podcast.
Spicy cough.
Would have sounded good.
Spicy cough. I haven't heard that in a long while.
Yeah. The big C.
The big.
That's not good.
Right. I know a few people who I'd call a big C.
Yeah. Well, there's that. Well, anyway, that's the end of the episode, and I'm super pumped about today. Rosco, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for being vulnerable and talking about all of the life things.
Thank you for being real. You know, like when we started the podcast, it was all about being real.
Yeah.
Because like no doubt, no matter if you're extremely happy or feeling extremely shit or anywhere in between, there's someone else out there listening right now who's probably feeling the exact same way. you know?
Yeah.
And that brings me to a saying. It's like, no matter what you're going through, someone's been through it before and come out the other end stronger.
Yeah.
And I've often thought about that at various times in my life.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like no matter what it is, someone's either been through worse and they've come out the other side or whatever the case may be.
Definitely. And that's the whole point of the podcast is to show those perspectives to people so that they can just hear, even just hearing a story about something that's even closely similar to yours.
Yeah.
To me, at least, I know that when I hear a story and I'm like, man, I can vibe with that.
Yeah.
It shows the perspective of, yeah, I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this. And even though your situation is different to my situation, you've gone through shit. I've gone through shit. Life is shit sometimes, but let's fucking get through this.
Yeah.
Nice. There's a nice slogan. We'll
I
get
love
that
that.
on
I
a
love
t-shirt
that.
maybe.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you reckon? Actually,
Yeah.
all right. Speaking of t-shirts, actually, I was actually going to ask people listening to the podcast, if you're a t-shirt designer, would you please help us design some t-shirts? Because I'm a photographer, I'm a videographer, I'm great at Photoshop, but I'm not good at actual design when it comes to like actual graphic design. My sister's a graphic designer. Maybe she might be able to help us. Maybe. You there listening?
Shout out to Jay's sister. Help.
Love you, sis. If you're listening, love you anyway. But yeah,
only if you're listening and supporting us.
yeah, no, of course I love you. But yeah, if anyone listening does t-shirt design, please reach out. We'd love to. We'd love to get some t-shirts made up eventually. Yeah. I want to wear some sick t-shirts, man.
Yeah.
And speaking of t-shirts that we can wear, if you have a business that you want to promote, man, we'd be happy to wear them for you. 100%. Get them out there. I want to buy your shit and support local, local businesses as well.
Yeah. If you have a cup, we'll place it right on our little
100%.
Little coffee table tray things beside us.
Yeah. Send us all the things. We're happy to help you out and support local business.
Yeah.
Get your name out there too. But yeah, anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to episode 3. Yep. It's been good. And we need a tip of the week. But before we do the tip of the week, quickly, Benny, tell us where everyone can find us and listen to us.
Oh, shit. Here we go
Here
again.
we go. Give it to us.
Alrighty. So email is thatbjshow@gmail.com.
That's correct.
Facebook, Instagram is at thatbjshow.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube is thatbjshow.
That's correct.
Spotify, all your public and non-public streaming platforms.
Yep.
I don't know what the non-public ones are.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but sure. Sounds good to me.
That sounds good. The ones down at Palaranda, perhaps.
It's just making it up.
Yep. For all of the
You'll
Townsville
find us
people.
everywhere. I'm pretty sure that's it. Face, Insta.
TikTok.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, I bet say TikTok. I still have no fucking idea how to use TikTok.
Yep, it's great. It is what it is.
I'm uploading it on there, but in terms of the ins and outs of that program, I have no idea. Yeah, but you can still find us on there.
Yeah.
You never
100%.
know. 1 year from now, it might have 1.2 million subscribers and we could be on a yacht in the Bahamas somewhere.
You never
living
know.
off some TikTok royalty.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Well, to wrap that up, obviously we're on all major platforms.
Yeah.
We're on Google Podcast. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Podbean, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Prime.
Smart ass.
Yeah, you're welcome. Also, you want me to do it with more of a voice? Listen to us on podcast, on all but I fucked it up.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's all right.
We
You
are
did
too
well,
hard.
ladies and gentlemen.
We all do. We all fuck up sometimes. And that's the whole point of today's episode, to prove that we all fuck up sometimes, but we're going to get through it.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of getting through it, give us a tip of the week. Who wants to give it?
Oh, man, I need more time. Tip of the week.
No. You'll be fine. Roscoe, do you have anything for us today, bud? Give us a happy ending.
Oh, yeah, all right. Give you a happy ending.
Yeah, all right,
sure,
mate.
Sure, mate, sure. No, 2 is 1, 1 is none. I don't know. Always back your stuff up. I mean, I went through it when
That could be interpreted so many
I'm
ways.
I'm trying to-
2 is 1, 1 is none. I lost a heap of stuff because I didn't have things backed up, so back your files up. All right? So if you've
actually a
got
good
1,
point.
it's none. You need 2, that's 1.
That's really good.
Actually, you know what? I can relate to this because I had everything backed up on a portable hard drive.
Yeah.
The hard drive fucking shit itself.
Oof.
So I've lost
Yeah.
everything.
Not good.
Yeah, I didn't back it up twice.
Yeah.
See?
Cheers, man. Fist
Dude.
pump to that.
Fist
Yeah.
bump, dude. That's a
Well,
fucking
yes.
good tip.
I
Good
like
happy
it.
ending.
Yeah.
And on that ending, we're going to end.
Thank you
So
very much, guys.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so much
Good
for
day.
listening. Thank you, Rosco, for coming. And
Thanks.
that's what she said.
Peace out.
See ya.
You've improved since last time I was here. You've moved from one room to another with the setup.
And we got chairs.
You can tell them all that. It's like, look,
Well, we
we
got
might not have
chairs.
improved the actual podcast that you're going to see.
You could say that.
We're making
Thanks
moves.
for having me here. Like,
Thanks for upgrading.
thanks for upgrading the rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was looking forward to sitting on that couch. Now I'm on a fucking one-seater chair.
I had these dining chairs in here during the week, and I'm like, this is just a placeholder.
Oh,
but
mate.
if we have to do it this week because we can't get chairs, then let's just use these chairs if we have to, right? And Benny's just like, bro, we're not downgrading already.
Yeah, dude. You know, I'm just imagining myself sitting on like a dining room chair for an hour and a half, just like,
No, if I had
Like-
walked in here and seen those, I would have been like, you have gone backwards.
yeah.